Hey, guys, welcome. Once again, we have another episode of Market Review. We're going to take a look at the market, see what happened today. Which levels did we hit? What happened? Seems like we were running up at some point. We went right back down. We started going down, and we bounced right back up. And right toward the close, it seems like we had a flush right toward the close. What does that mean for you? What does that mean exactly? We're going to get into it. As you guys are well aware, here what we do, we review the SPY, the Qs. We'll take a look at the Bitcoin, and if we do have some extra time, we actually go in the VIX as well. To see what volatility is currently doing. If you are here, thank you again for tuning in. As you guys well aware, every single night I am here. Even if it's just one of you guys that's here, we are always going to be here. That's the commitment that I have made to this channel. Every single day, I will do the market recap, just give you guys the technical analysis. Over here, we don't deal with emotions. We don't do with our opinion. Everything we do is based on the chart, so there's no fluff, there's no BS. This is straight technical analysis. If one thing you're going to take away from this, you may not agree with my bias, whether we're going to go up or going down, whatever the probabilities I'm giving. But the one thing you're going to always walk away with is you understand exactly technically what the market is telling you. That is the main thing, right? Maybe you walk away say, hey, you know what? It seems like the market is ready for me to take a trade, or maybe it's not, and that's all right. All right. So let's get into it, folks. First and foremost, I want to take a look, see what we are doing. It's been a while since we take a quick look at the old fear and greed index. So we're going to take a quick look at the fear and greed index. Okay, hold on, well, quick. Okay, this is not actually what I'm looking for. I need the fear and greed index to pop up. This is not go okay. While this is not popping up, I can just talk to you guys while I fix this little bit of issue on the back end. Again, what happened today in the market is this is no coincidence. We hit levels, and once I have this all sorted out, we're gonna go through the numbers, guys. When I go through everything, we're going to see exactly what happened when it comes to the fear and greed index. You guys going to see exactly what happened. Bear with me 1 second here. Let me just fire up our old Google machine here. Google seems to be acting up a little bit. Okay, just bear with me. Just one quick second. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, yep. All right. Okay, well, it's going to be one of those days today, huh? Today is just going to be one of those days. Okay, I'm still having. All right, guys, this is interesting because I'm having a whole different a screen that I don't actually do not have showing up and popping up on my showing up on my screen right now. This is not what I have for you guys at all. Yep, there you go. I think we finally got that fixed. Oh my goodness. I finally got that fixed. So let's take a quick look at the SPY right now and see what we did today. We should be all good. Okay, I guess the fear and greed index, that's another day. All right. I believe yesterday I was talking to you guys and I said, hey, you know what? Let me make sure I just remove all this. I say, okay, this is something we need to take a look at, right? So we had a big red candle. So I said, hey, you know what? depending on where, if we gapped up, we in the middle of this and we see we start going up, we start rolling up, just make sure you check to see. We might go and test the high, or we might go and test the lows. That's typically how these candles work, especially if we're not going to completely break down. That's typically how that goes. If we're going to be range bound for a little bit, we typically go and check one of those. So if we dig in just a little deeper, you'll see exactly what happened. So we went down. When we went down, right? Look how beautiful that is. We literally just went down and go directly on the trend line. This is the trend line that I have going back to Liberation Day. That's the trend line we talked about. And it seems like we went right here, right? That's on the 4 hours. You guys can see this here. This is the 4 hour time frame. We came right back, right down, hit that, and then we pop. Now, why did we pop? All right. Let me talk to you guys real quick a little bit. Um, why did we have this pop? We had this pop. Um, hold on. There you go. Why do we have this pop? Remember when we talked about that yesterday, guys? I said we will need Micron to report well, and they did. Micron blew their earnings out of the water. And the second things we needed actually the CPI to come out favorable. CPI was actually better than expected, and Micron blew things out of the water. So that we and the fact that also we just had a nice drop and we were sitting right on top of strong support level on many big tech companies, on maybe mega cap companies overall. The S&P, so the border market was sitting at support level. So the conditions was pretty much set for us to get a bounce. Now, can we sustain that bounce? That's the most important thing, guys. Can we sustain that? Do not chase it right now. The signal is not confirmed yet, right? I mean, yeah, do we have some things that says, hey, we might be going up? Sure. I mean, we do. Let's flipping right back to the chart again. What did we do this morning? Let me go into 30 minutes to show you guys exactly what happens, right? So this is after hours. We're here. Micron reported, so we popped, right? We popped all the way, I believe all the way here. We had that pop. From where did we close? We closed at 671. We had a pop as high as 673, 674 in the after hours, like post market. Then pre market, when the CPI numbers came out, look at that. This is right around not 8:30. 8:30. That's when the data dump came out. So we had inflation numbers come out. It was better than expected, and we completely pushed up. If you were trading today, if you were not patient, I mean, you could have even been patient and this would have taken you out. Now, full disclosure, I wasn't around. I was busy with my son today. We had to attend a couple of events, end of school year, so we went out, went to the school, attended a little crafting and whatnot. So I wasn't here to actually trade that today. I'm glad I wasn't because it seems like that's one of those trades that might have taken me out because everyone knows I trade the open range breakout after the first 30 minutes, right? So this is the first 30 minutes. Let me do that so we all can see it. So let's say this would be our levels right here, right? This would be the level. I'm not gonna go full breakdown on how I execute my trade with that. That's a separate thing. I believe I have a video on that. If you interested in that, go check that video out. That talks about the open range breakout and how I'm executing that. So this is what we would have had. We would have had that breakout and look at that rejection. Let me go on the 5 minutes, which you got will give you guys a better picture, right? So we had the breakout. Where are we? Right there. And look at that flush. Right back down. Right? So that's what we had to deal with today. That's what we had to do. That's the first 30 minutes. and then we end up having a big flush. That was, in my opinion, there was not a big enough space for us to really take that move, unless you were gonna take that at support level, like a bounce, maybe a something like that. You could not take that, but as you can see, this is what happens. We floated up, and then we went right to the second level. That's the second resistance level. We've spoken about that level, right? And as soon as we got to that level, and we rejected hard. And when you see those stopping tails like that, let me zoom in so you guys can see clearly. Just bear with me one quick sec here, okay? When you guys see those tapping tails like that, that's typically big money just dumping money right on top of retail traders. Cause all here, I can guarantee you, those guys came in all here. And again, this is the thing I'm gonna tell you guys. One thing that you guys saw, right? One thing that you guys saw was last night, I believe, uh, President Trump had some sort of speech at the White House talking about how prices are going down and things like that. I don't think that was a coincidence. The minute I saw the contents of that speech, I said, okay, he's already seen the CPI numbers, and he's coming out and saying that, because there's no way he was going to come out and say, hey, price. Actually, let me not say there's no way, but for him to come out and have a primetime address to the nation saying prices are going down, for us not to see inflation dip below just a little lower, right? There was no way. So those guys already knew, so they were already in. Look at that, like literally already in. They already started buying in, and retail traders started piling in, push that up, and right up here, right at that resist. Again, this is why, again, no matter what happens, yeah, people know things before we do, but technical analysis will give you signals. Because what did you guys see here? What are the 30 minutes? Soon as we get to that level, you see, we had a first rejection. That's a doji, long tail doji. Then we have a second one. At this point, if you're still in that trade at this point, I don't mean to be rash, guys, but if you stay in a trade right after we were at this point, you were still in that trade and you're doing day trading, you deserve that drop. I will say, I'm open about that, because you had enough warning, right? You had a long tail here. You had another one that say, "Hey, I don't think I can do this." Then we had a second one that says, "Okay, you know what? We're about to go." And then we had that drop, and that drop was vicious. It was fast. Man, that was a crazy drop. That was a crazy drop. But anyway, if we going back on the daily, we'll see exactly what happens. We just went and test the high, and we couldn't take that level, and we just got pushed back down. Right now, all we're doing again, this is the good. So this is the good news. Good news is the trend line held. So if I zoom out, so you guys could see, this is Liberation Day. This is the most recent low, and you can see we came to the trend line. So what we're seeing right now is support, horizontal support held, right? And the trend line also held. So we have dynamic horizontal, dynamic trend line support and horizontal support. Both of them held. Unfortunately, right now we sort of stuck in a range, because if you look at those last 3 days, right? Those last 3 days we are right in that range, right there. The last 3 days. This has been our range. We're just taking there. So now take a step back completely. I keep talking to you guys, and I know you guys might be tired of hearing about this. But so far, this is still in play. If you look again, how far did the left shoulder go? You're going to see those are at the exact same level. All right? The left shoulder and the right shoulder is at the exact same level, and we have the head right here. All right? Right here, we have the head. We still have an inverted head and shoulder pattern, still alive and well and kicking. It's making us suffer. I'm not gonna lie. It's taking time. It's taking its time. It's not really budging much. It's taking its time. So that means when I see things like that, people can get tired and get frustrated, or people just run out of time and they can just liquidate. Because at the end of the year, you're gonna have people that's going to start try to like sell certain stocks, especially if it's a stock that's already floated way down, right? They probably going to get out of it so they can take the tax benefit, the tax write off for those losses. So that's something else that we have to pay attention to as well. How many big, like you look at the oracles and all these different stocks, people might have just gotten out of them, um, and then that's what happened, right? They're already out of them. They want to take the tax write off, and so on. Now what we have to be careful about, we still have a double top as well. That's also still alive. we still have we still have that that's still alive, right? Let me just use that instead to make that seem better. Okay, so we still have a double top that is still alive as well. As long as we hold to this level, if we break this level, so we would lose the support level for the left shoulder. So the shoulders would collapse. If the shoulders collapse, what I'm looking at is a drop back to this level. All right. So, but if we can hold and we can pop back above, right above this level, right there, if we can pop back above this level, I would feel pretty good about that. I was hoping we got that today, or at least we had a nice green candle. Unfortunately, we didn't have that. All right, it's unfortunate we did not have that. But then again, for tomorrow, guys, for tomorrow, this is the same thing for tomorrow. Mark those on your chart. Mark those levels. Okay, just mark those levels. The stock market has a way of doing some rinse and repeat. It's the same move. You just need to know how you just need to know how to execute to catch it. So this is going to be our levels, especially that we have a big week. There's no news out that's going to give us a big a gap up or a big gap down. So what we're going to have to do, most likely, we're going to open either slightly lower or slightly higher. All right. So when we do, what are we going to do? We're going to make sure that we check in these two levels, 674.92 or 680.73. So that's a $6 range. $6 range. They might chop you up in there, or we might just go down early in the morning, just retest that low, and then take a pop, or we might just pop up, test that the high and drop. Or the other scenario, if market makers really want to be a-holes tomorrow, they'll just have us go sideways. All right, but that's highly unlikely. Most likely, what may happen, we may also make a big move up or a big move down, and whatever. Then once that move is done, we might just go sideways for the rest of the day. So just remember, tomorrow is Friday. Tomorrow is Friday, so that means expect less volume. Expect less volume tomorrow. So whatever direction the stock market takes, it might really just go that route, because there might not be enough buyers or enough sellers on the other side to try to support it. And very early on, try to get your trading be done and get out. Because just understand, at the end of the day on Fridays, a lot of funky things typically happens, whether it's on the way up or on the way down. You can't predict it. You would have to time it perfectly, but a lot of funky things happen because people are wrapping up for the rest of the day. People are about to leave. You have Wall Street guys going up to the Hamptons. Whoever is flying to Vegas or whatever it might be. So very early, the market tends to by 1, 2 p.m. The market tends to be really dead by then, and you're just going to be trading, the quantum computing machines at this point. So be very, very careful with that. All right, that's enough time on SPY, but I really feel like I wanted to give you guys a good breakdown on what we're seeing on the SPY right now. Again, as of right now, just to summarize that, we're still looking at a head and shoulder pattern, but we do have a double top in play as well. The good news is so far the shoulders are holding. As long as the shoulders are still holding, I'm still going to call this an inverted head and shoulder pattern. As long as the shoulders are still holding, and as of right now, we are still holding. All right, let's go to the Qs. The Qs did great. The Qs did great. I don't like the way it ended. I mean, this is the level that I gave you guys, right? I gave this level and say, hey, this is beautiful, man. This is just beautiful. This is just beautiful. Actually, that was about a halfway. Yeah, I gave you guys the level. I said, hey, we need to close above that. If we gap above it, I think we're gonna come down and test the mid range, the middle of that range. Or if we're gonna stay down, we're gonna go test it and push back down. What did we have? We had a gap up. We pull all the way up. We went down. Actually, let me dig in. Let me dig in exactly. Let me instead of just me just explaining what we're seeing. Okay, there you go. So we had that gap up right at the open, right at the open. We actually flushed down at the open. I feel so bad I wasn't here for this trade, man. This was a textbook trade. I already had this. This was here since the day before when I had this, right? I think that was slightly higher, right? So when I did the live yesterday, I showed you guys the level. So we flushed down what at the open, came to the level, exactly, bounced, and came back down to do a double bottom, right? And then we came down and do a double bottom, and then we pushed up, and we pushed up like crazy. How many points is that? Let's see, 607 to 611. That's some good money. If you're trading options, that's some good money, right? So we had that. Let's even say you wanted to execute that very, very conservatively and say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna have this level as my neckline. You have this as your neckline. You take that breakout. You still have this is still a 2-to-1 trade right there. That would still be a 2-to-1 trade getting to that level. All right. So exactly textbook what I told you guys. That's what happened, and then we floated up, and you can say we do like that's one. That's a triple top, pretty much that we did right there. Resistance can't take it down. Try it again. Collapse. Try it again. So the whole thing keep happening the entire day, and right at the close, we sort of floated down a little bit. Okay, so let's go in the 4 hours and see exactly where we are. This is the 4 hours, and again, this is the good news. So when you're looking at the 4 hours, look at these two candles, right? So this candle closed less than 50% of that candle, which is great. That means we have the possibility of putting in some sort of 3 bar play. And for those who don't know what a 3 bar play is, we're gonna check the whole Google machine again. Here you go. 3 bar play pattern. There you go. Let me go on images. And this is what a 3 bar play looks like. Let me zoom in for you guys so you guys everyone can see all these things here. This is what a 3 bar play looks like. Like you can see it, right? So we have that potential to do that 3 bar play as long as the candle that follows the either the green or red candle close less than 50% of the previous candle. So that can help us. But at the same time, there's strong resistance here. I really hope we gap up tomorrow. I think if we gap up tomorrow, that would be beautiful. But as of right now, I don't see it. I'm looking at the overnight market. I do not see that currently in the overnight market. But this is what we're looking at. But if we're looking at the 2 hours, 2 hours again was like textbook. We curl right back up. So this is what we're seeing. Curl right back up in the MACD. If we check the MACD in the daily, ooh, that would be beautiful because it seems like we getting ready to cross right back up. Just come back and do that. That would be beautiful. If we can pull that move tomorrow, that would be nice. Because right now in the 2 hours, you can see what's going on. We have a lot of bottom in wick right there. So that support is fully holding. And if you wanna even push it, you could say, hey, this be considered sort of like um can this be considered sort of like a inverted head and shoulder pattern? I guess you can push it and see it that way. You know what I mean? So if you're trading the the higher time frames, and you can see the breakout in the 2 hours, that would be great. That would be great. Or if we get any indication where the MACD sort of like curled up, this is go time. All right, this is go time. I'm pretty sure pre-market tomorrow we're gonna have some movement. A few things going to happen tomorrow pre-market, so you guys should be able to see that. You're going to see the movement pre-market. Real quick before I go, just I don't know if how many of you guys trade gold. I believe I was covering gold right at this point with you guys. That's the way the breakout happened. This is the neckline I have for you guys, as that was the resistance level. It completely broke out and whatever. But this is what we have. If you are trading gold, the GLD, just make sure to watch for that. We're getting very close to a resistance level, and we can see weakness in here right now. As of right now, there's weakness in here. All right, so be careful with that. Just make sure you watch the things. Keep your stop loss a bit tight. Try not to give too much of your gain, because if you got in on that right at that support level, if you got in right at those levels, or right here, or even here, right, you've made some money. Just protect your gains. You cannot let that money go, man. Just hold on to it. Okay. Anyway, guys, it's about 9:31 right now. I just see the time. Unfortunately, I may have to prolong this to 1 hour again. I don't know. I'll think about it as we start getting bigger and bigger. I guess I may prolong this a little longer again, back to 1 hour. But as of right now, I have to go meet with the guys in the community. Again, if you're watching this right now, this wasn't live. This is a recorded from the live. But I do appreciate you watching. Just so you know, we do go live every single day at 9 p.m. Eastern time. But right now I'm going to switch over to talk to the guys in my community on Teams. If you're interested in joining the community, you will see a link to the YouTube to the WhatsApp community right on that video. Please click the link and join me there. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. I forgot to do that again. I just gotta do it, even though it's the end. Just make sure I have that covered. Nothing I say, everything I say is for educational purposes. And nothing I say is any suggestions for you to buy, hold, or sell anything. Make sure you do your due diligence. Stock trading can be very risky. Crypto, whatever it may be, could be very risky. So make sure you do your own homework. This is strictly for educational purposes. I'm not a financial advisor. Make sure you consult with your financial advisor before you make any decisions. This was a great episode, man. I was excited. It was a good day. Take care, guys. I will see you guys again tomorrow. I'm even gonna start doing lives now on Friday. So this is the good news, right? I'll see you guys on Friday.